Hey everyone, so thank you for having this stand here. I come from Bloomington Normal area. We just had our rally. We have a few friends already with us in the crowd who came and support this cause here. So this cause is for Palestine, for Palestinian people who are oppressed, all over the world that you can find Palestinian people. The problem with Palestine has not started a few weeks ago. This has been ongoing problem going on. People have been kicked out of their homes. Started off with the British mandate, 1917, Balfour Promise. Was promised to the Jewish people to have a place for them in Palestine. But they did already live there in peace. Before that, Palestinians, Jewish, Muslims, Christians lived in peace for centuries with no fights. But because British came along, they wanted to divide. They divide everywhere. They divide India into India and Pakistan. They divide and Bangladesh. They divide the Palestine area into Palestine and Lebanon, between the Muslims and Sunni and Shia and Christian. So whenever you have division, there is always weakness there. You can always rule. This is always the British mandate like all over the world. So after that, 1947, came the United Nations solution, trying to divide the area there between Palestine and Israelis. But then think about it. If you live there, if you live here, and then somebody comes knocking your door, I want half of your home, so it's fair for us both, and make this fair and live. I will live here and you live there. Would you allow them? No. Would you? No. So this was for 1947. It was not accepted by the Palestinians. Just not fair solution. In 1948, the Palestinian areas like Israel became a state and became a country. And this is how all the war started. This has just stopped. This has been going on for years and years. And throughout the time, you don't really get to hear all of this in the media. People all over the Arab countries and the Middle East get to hear everyday struggle from the Palestinian people. Every day jailing, people getting stuck in checkpoints. Anybody who needs to go to hospital has to stay for hours to be on the road, and then people die. One thing I didn't know myself until a few days ago, that a lot of Palestinians are actually suffering from cancer related from the Daimona project over there. It's close to Gaza. So people actually end up dying between 50 and 60. So many of them from families, they die from cancer-related causes. In addition, if you don't die from that, you die from jailing or getting shooting. We have so many examples of people, nurses, from press, people getting killed every single time. And nobody gets to hear about this. And recently, of course, in Sheikh al-Jarrah, the neighborhood, that a lot of people there were ordered to get out of their homes because settlers wanted to stay there.
No!
Is this fair?
No settlers.
As well as the Aqsa raid. We all know about this. This has not started from nothing.
Defend Al-Aqsa.
They came and they said that we started this because there was like weapons in the mosque. And the weapons, if you actually get to see them, you will see people bombing from outside with grenades and bombs. And the only thing Palestinians get to answer with is stones inside the masjid. As well as in the Islamic belief, you are not allowed to have any arms inside your mosque. So the only way to do that is you get a fight back, but then the fight back with stones. You can see that. Thanks to social media now, everything is on air, and you can see it clearly. So please make your research. Everybody here doesn't make it, but their research to be able to understand this is an ongoing struggle. And tell all your friends and talk to the friends on social media. Do not think life just gotta keep going, and we forget the struggle those people have, because it will keep going no matter what happens. Thank you.
Reminder of the humanity involved here, the disproportionate massacres of innocent civilians by a first world military that's supplied by you and me and all of Americans with our tax dollars. We despise it, we're disgusted by it. We are embarrassed by the United States support of Tel Aviv.
Thank you.
It is something that must end. It is something that why we're here today.
Yes, sir.
One more speaker and I'm going to wrap up.
My name's Zachary.
Whenever they call a ceasefire, as the great and wise Admiral Akbar once said, it's a trap!
It's not finding them.
Because they might cease the missiles, but they don't cease. But they don't cease the colonialism. They don't cease stealing people's houses. They don't cease tear gassing children on their way to school.
War crimes!
They don't cease the ethnic cleansing. So when the centrist war criminal like President Biden says, I got a ceasefire, what they want you to do is stop paying attention. They want you to stop paying attention.
No!
The ethnic cleansing that is going on in Palestine from the river and to the sea, it's happening everywhere.
Thank you.
When the police that oppress our black and brown brothers and sisters, they go over to Israel to get training. When they're trying to justify a wall, and they're trying to justify crimes against humanity, against immigrants, they point to Israel and say, look, walls work. That's why we gotta do it here. When Harvey Weinstein was trying to terrorize his victims that he raped, he hired ex-Mossad. Spy on them. Murderers! We must not be tricked by ceasefires. We must continue the struggle. Thank you. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, that was wonderful. All right. We want to thank, as someone mentioned, the largest Palestinian rally in Peoria's history. It might be in all of central Illinois. People from Springfield, from Bloomington, from Normal, from Decatur, to cities all of Galesburg, from all over the region. This speaks to the humanity of the people here, and the people who are our neighbors, our family, our friends. We are sick of the bloodshed. That's why we're here today. As Zach said, don't be fooled by the ceasefire. The murders are not going to stop.
No, they ain't gonna stop. They've been doing it for 20, 40 years. Stop. Government stop. Fighting stop.
Okay, the main thing we have to do now is that we have huge power as American citizens and residents here to stop the occupation, to stop the assault on Gaza, and to stop the forcible expulsions. We do that by public pressure. Yeah, but it works. Okay. You've seen Rashida Tlaib confront the Biden war criminal on the tarmac. That was the greatest thing I ever saw a U.S. Congresswoman ever do. A U.S. member of Congress ever do. She laid down the law and reminded Biden of his international responsibilities. Okay? Rashida Tlaib and a lot of other Congress people, they respond to you. They respond to me. We must contact them through phone calls and emails and social media and confronting them personally and tell them, stop the funding for Israel. American people, The American people are now with Palestine. Let's remember that. This is a huge sea change in American public opinion. The American public opinion is the most important force in the world right now. It can do anything, and we can stop the occupation right now if we stop the money. The minute that the money to Israel stops, everything changes. And they are responsible for that action. They must hear our voices, and we will do that. I want to thank everyone here. I want our great colleagues to wrap it up, and thank you, thank you, thank you. BDS on Caterpillar. My God, this is so important because we are not Chicago, we are not St. Louis, we are not New York, we are not Los Angeles. This is the middle of America in Peoria, Illinois. And no matter what, this is the home of Caterpillar. Caterpillar is the #1 target on the manufacturer's list for BDS. Tell Caterpillar to change their policies. We do not want to destroy Caterpillar. We want to change their policies. Do not make money off of conflict. Stop the blood money going to Caterpillar shareholders and stockholders and everyone else associated with that. On that flag, on that banner, BDS Caterpillar. I will go through my life always saying this, and we must say it now. Thank you.